Hi, my name is Adam Havrilla and welcome to November's Flowers. What's Next? We are going to take some items that we have in the backyard that have seen better days and our gorgeous bouquet and create this stunning centerpiece for your next event. This month is November. It's all about gathering and it's all about foraging and coming together with what you have. So as you can see on the table, lots of foraged items that I found in the backyard that I've been holding on to because it is perfect for November and that Thanksgiving autumnal centerpiece that we're going to create together. So let's start with what we're going to use. We're going to be using floral foam in this project. I already have it soaked, but I just wanted to show you. You can get this in the flower departments. It's usually green. Sometimes it's this gray. But green, gray, doesn't matter. The important thing I want to do is talk to you about soaking. Clean water, you cut your piece that you want and you just let it soak down. Don't pour water over it, don't push it down. It'll go on its own. The reason we do that is simply because if you pour water over the top, it won't soak in the middle. So you just gotta let it take its moment. So that's why I'm showing you a piece here. See how quickly that is? Cut it for the size you want, clean water, it'll soak up water as it goes and you are perfectly set. So as that's finishing up, let's talk about our container this month. I had this basket sitting in the back room. I wanted to use it. It's very autumnal, the rustic, but you can use a basket, you can use a tray, whatever container you want. My only suggestion, it should be a little beaten up. It should be a little not new because we are very much going for that forage look. I had the basket, but I did not have a liner that fit. All I did is cut a garbage bag so the water doesn't drip out, lined it with a garbage bag and put my wet foam right into there. So again, whatever container you have, something a little bit more rustic, a little bit more used, beaten up, that's what we want to use. And then you don't need this. I just have this Lazy Susan, so it's easier for me to rotate and show the camera. But I mean, if you have one, go ahead and do it. I think it's great. All right. So I have been collecting these items from the yard for a while because like I said, I wanted to use them for November. And so I just have some bark from a tree, this stump that we cut off. I don't know what we're gonna do with it yet, but we're gonna do that. Some branches and an autumnal, fall, beautiful foliage. So these are just whatever you have in your yard that's a little bit more foraged and come together. Let's use that. And so what we're gonna do is start by, I don't want to show where we cut it off because I don't want to see that. So I'm going to place that down and I am just going to lean this off to one side. I want to make sure that I'm covering up the foam so you're not seeing that, but lay it off to one side. I think is beautiful. This bark, again, it's all about just bringing the outside in. And you may not have this type of tree in your area, but whatever you have, just bring it in. And what I'm wanting to do is cover a lot of the foam. I want it to look like if you're walking through a forest and you're just stepping on pieces of nature that have kind of dried off from the season, that this is what it's looking like. And then our branch, typically I would love it to go up like this, but again, I really want that foraged kind of vibes. I'm just gonna put this around. It just looks like, even this piece, just throw it in there and it looks like it's just been foraged. And the branch that I cut them off, let's go ahead and throw the branch in. I know it seems a little off kilter right now, but I do think that it is exactly what you would see in the outdoors as you're walking around, just a bunch of beautiful nature running through its peak and having a moment. So this is the base. How gorgeous is this really? This is such a pretty situation. This is our base for our design. All right, now that we have our bouquet out, I've already laid them out. If you're new to us, I do believe and love that when we lay out the bouquet into the stems, we know exactly what we have. So that's why I laid them out. And this month it is a gorgeous purple and orange bouquet. So let's start with the Austrameria. I want it to look like it's growing out, so it could go up like so. This is all about not being perfect. This whole design is not about being perfect. We don't want it to be perfect. We want it to look like the flowers are growing from nature that is on the forest floor. And so, do you see how that looks so beautiful? Like it's growing through this. If you leave a lot of the foliage on the stem, we're not going to see all the beauty that's down below. So that is why we are pulling off some of the foliage. And putting them in. Again, pull some of this off just so we can see all the beauty, natural elements that you have at the base. See, there is only 6 flowers, and do you see how big it's already become? I think it's stunning. All right, our button palms. We're gonna cut this down. I think one of them looks super cute, like it's growing out of the ground, real close to the ground. So we can pop a couple of this just down a little bit shorter in a grouping like this. If you cut them in a grouping, it's about 6 inches, and you just place them in, they stay as a grouping. And that's how you would find them in nature, right? You wouldn't find one here, one there, one here. You would find them as groupings. So let's do the same with this other one. Have a grouping, and I am just going to put these in as a unit, right in like so. And we have one left. Let's keep one a little bit taller. And I don't know if you could see, if the camera can get in, you could still see all that beautiful items happening on the ground. That's what we want to always keep in our mind. All right. Our other cushion mums, now we have some purple cushion mums. I do want to bring some from the other side. I know we have this big hunk of nature right there, but I don't want this to be just a one-sided arrangement, so I'm gonna pop another one of these off to the side. So that way we have flowers all around. If you use it as a centerpiece, you want everybody to see the flowers. And so we're gonna do a taller one right besides that. The nice thing about the natural elements, you can adjust them however you want. And do you see how that just carries it through? And again, we're not covering all of that beautiful moments happening on the bottom. And I am just going to put these right there. Our last item is our gorgeous color enhanced Euryngum. This beautiful orange that we enhance to carry over the orange of the roses. Again, clusters. We want to make sure that we have little clusters of stuff because it just looks a little bit more natural. And let's put this. You see, nothing is perfect in here. This one's broken, we throw that away. Do another cluster over here. And I think we need one taller, don't you think? I think we need one a little bit taller. So take your last piece and we'll put it in. If you can't see into it, you don't have a lot of negative space because the flowers are still covering it, you could pull a couple of these pieces of foliage off of the Ostromeria. And do you see how that just opened it up? You could do that so you could see down. I really want everybody to be sucked into your arrangement to really want to see what is happening on the inside. But this is a beautiful forged autumnal design that I hope you enjoy all November, and I hope you have the best Thanksgiving ever. Remember, like and subscribe, and we will see you next month.